Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm looking a little extra tan today, and it's because the weather's pretty bad. It's really raining, there's thunder, and I'm pretty sure there's some lightning that I'm seeing on the side of my eye. But yesterday I got two things in the mail, and I actually have two more boxes to pick up, and it should be here next week. So there will be another first second impressions video coming up, and then I can do a big ol' haul. But on today's video we're doing two eyeshadow palettes. Both of them are pretty small. The first one is the Natasha Denona mini Zendo palette. I know recently she came out with the bigger version. I have no interest in that palette, but out of all the minis that was available, I felt like this was a little bit more unique to my collection. And then for Viseart, which is a brand that I've been waiting to try forever, I got the Spritz Edit palette. And for Viseart, this is going to be my first experience with the brand itself. And for Natasha Denona, this is my second one. I got the mini nude at first. I wasn't really that impressed, but I hear so many great things about the brand and their quality of eyeshadow, so I thought I'm just gonna give it another try. The one I really want out of her entire collection is the Biba palette. I don't know about spending that much money on a formula that I'm not 100% sure of. So here we are, second chance for Natasha, first time with Viseart. Let's compare and see how they fare against each other. I just pulled my hair back and we're gonna get straight into it. This is the Natasha Denona palette, and then this one here is the Viseart palette. I also ended up receiving my rougher brushes, and so I can talk a little bit about that. I used them yesterday. So these are the four brushes here. They run from numbers 12 to 15, and I'm pretty confident this is called the Crease Collection. These brushes are made in Japan, and I do have Hakuhodo, and they're kind of all around the same type of quality. So take your pick, whichever one is going to fit the bill for you, both financially and just performance wise. I think this eye I'll do Natasha. I'm going to start off with this cream color here. It's kind of a creamish pink, and that is in Bare. As I was using this yesterday, the palette, I thought, okay, this is a little different than I remember it being, because I just wasn't wowed with the formula of that nude palette. But this one, I felt like it blended a lot better and was more of the formula that I really like with eyeshadows. And I'm using the Rougher 15. It's a big crease brush, and it does have a bit of a point on it. All right, so I'm going to take the number 14, and I'm going to go with this shade, a brownish pink, and this is in Uncovered. I'm going to pop that in my crease. I did use these first two colors yesterday, and I was really happy with the way they blended into each other. I think if you have hooded eyes, this would be the perfect crease brush, but I have some lid space to work with, so I like having a bigger brush. So I'm going to take, where's the one I used yesterday? This is a MAC 217, same shade, and I'm just gonna work that into the crease and blending it upwards. Look at how pretty that blends into each other. You have it. Pretty blend. Now I think I'm gonna go with the number 12. I haven't used this yet, but I think this is gonna be a better fit for what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this shimmery kind of purplish brown tone right here, and this is in Stark. Again, Rougher 12. This is a quite stubby and thicker pencil brush. And I'm just going to apply that on the outer corner just for a bit of depth. I think if you apply this all over the lid, or kind of smoke it right on the lash line and call it a day, it'll be just a very sultry, smoky eye. But I want to try and use most of the palette in this look. Some people are hesitant about applying shimmer in the crease. Don't worry guys, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to take this pinky rosy shade right here. It's a shimmer, and this is in Daz. I'm going to use my fingers with this. I think it's going to be a metallic. Whoa, I don't remember the shimmer being like this. This is my first time using this shade. I used the bluish green yesterday, and that was metallic. Good golly, Batman. I'm not even applying a lot of product. Holy crap. Oh, this look is everything. You know me, I love a good everyday smoky pink, pinky browns. Taking 217, I'm gonna do the lower lash line, taking that crease shade. What if I pop that shimmery green in the inner corner? What do you guys think? Maybe I should, I'll just go for it. But I'm gonna take that dark color first and just pop that in the outer corner. So I'm gonna take that green, blue, silver shade in the center. That is called Stripped. Look at that, how metallic that looks. That's a solid look, not gonna lie. I use every single shade in the palette. What if I just rubbed the rest of it, the highest points of my brow bone? And I'm gonna pop on these LP Beauty lashes. This is in the style Tiana. And then I will be right back and we'll move on to Viseart. All right guys, so here is the final eye look. I brought my mirror up close. I wanted to really see how things were blending into each other, and it's pretty solid. They blend very well. Even on the lower lash line, there's a very good like blown out effect, and I didn't have to work hard at it. You saw me, I was just doing this thing. I will say though that I think the metallics are a bit thick if I'm going to apply it with my fingers, because I can see the lines that I have on my lids. I mean, I'm older, so it's bound to happen. And I don't find that to be the case with some of my other eyeshadows, so it might just be that these metallics are a bit thicker when you apply them with your fingers. So I think I'm gonna do a brush the next time around, but I have no complaints. I'm feeling a lot better about possibly picking up that Viva palette because the formulation, I mean, I can't complain. This one is definitely a hit, no regrets about it. I'm glad that I got to give it another try. Now we're gonna move on to Viseart. The one thing I'm trying to figure out is if I wanna try and do a similar color story or just completely different. And I'm gonna go in with this third color, which I do know shows up on my complexion, and this one is in Taroko. This is a soft peachy transition shade. This applies very well, and I like that it's a sheerer wash every time you apply because it's easier to build. And I love building eyeshadows. Both of them do have kick up, but definitely not the worst I've seen. Oh, by the way, I was using a Morphe M518. Taking this coral color, this is the shade Granita, and then I'm going to use a MAC 221. Ooh, she nice. This is another shade that I can build up. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like pigment right away and then they just, you know, back and forth. That's not my thing. Oh, look at how smoothly they blend into each other. And that was the case with this one as well. I'm gonna use this Refer 13, and I'm gonna take this red kind of cranberry color down here. This is it. Why do I keep looking at the back? Figura. Just put the eyeshadow on, girl. Ooh. I swatched this yesterday, but I didn't use it. Am I gonna become a vampire again? Oh, even in the viewfinder, this thing is fiery. Gosh, I'm having no problem blending this into each other. I think the thing with Viseart is that there's no particular like one palette that I'm like ooh-ah about. There are a lot of smaller ones that I like, but nothing that I really want. What do you guys think? They're not exactly the same, but you know, they're cousins. Let's do, for the fun of it, let's do this one. This looks pretty shimmery, metallic-y right here. And this one is in Fizz. Ooh, she rich. Whoa. Oh gosh dang. Hello. I haven't used this shade yet, so it's the first time swatching it, first time using it. This bronzy gold one here I used yesterday, and that was good. Even with using my finger, it's not as thick going on as the Natasha Denona one is, so I don't see my lines as pronounced as the Natasha one is, but I think if I continue to build it up, I'll get the exact same thing. I'm going to take that crease shade, that coral color on the Refer 13. I just wiped it off a bit. I'm going to run that lower lash line. Refer 14, that cranberry shade, just on the tip of the brush, and right on the lash line. Now for my inner corner, I want to use this shade right here, Prosecco. And let's take the Refer 13 again. Tap, 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 tap. Ooh, geez. I thought this was going to be a satin color. She quite a shimmer. All right, so I'm just going to pop on the lashes. We'll come back and do a little bit of a roundup. All right, so here is the final eye look for the Viseart Spritz palette. All right, so let's round up. Both palettes are really good. Obviously, I get more colors with the Viseart palette, but based on formulation, how they apply, they were both very easy. I think I'm more surprised with Natasha because of previous experience, but the way they blended was just an absolute beauty. I think there's more of like a softer blend into the other shades with this one, whereas this, there's a bit more distinction in the colors, but they do fade beautifully into each other. The metallics on this side is just a bit chunkier than this one. I'm not quite sure if they look the same. They look the same to me in terms of like the texture, but I think the lines are just a bit more apparent on this side, which in my opinion means that the eyeshadow is a lot thicker. I'm personally a fan of both eyeshadow palettes. I'm quite satisfied with the purchase. So before I log off, here again, the final makeup look. Love them. I'm so happy, and I was going for it because these are the lightest colored contacts that I own, and if it can look good with some eyeshadows, then you know that you're good, and both of them turned out really well. So yeah, definitely be looking forward to them in future videos. I'm going to continue to work with them and decide whether or not it's time to expand on the collection or not. I just wish my Pat McGrath stuff didn't take up too much space. Anyways, as per usual, I will be linking all of the makeup products that I use in the description box down below, all the stuff that I use on camera, as well as the base makeup that I applied beforehand. You can also check me out on Instagram for all of my makeup looks. There I post a photo along with a list and the caption of all of my makeup looks, past, present, and future. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.